in our professional services industry. And I'm delighted to be here today to talk to you about the power and importance of multi-stakeholder collaboration and enabling society to realize the full potential of AI in a sustainable way. And we mean that socially, economically, and environmentally. So let's kick off. To state the obvious, we're all living in a time of enormous technological change, right? Many of us, whether we work in technology or not, are still figuring out what AI means for our daily lives, our jobs, and our values. AI is everywhere, from how we search online and learn to how we get healthcare and apply for jobs. There's a mix of excitement and anxiety, right? Who benefits, who's left out, who is shaping these tools? In fact, the Edelman Trust Barometer this year noted that only 44% of people globally are comfortable with the business use of AI. And history has taught us that without trust, there is no innovation. So a lot of room to work there. And that's exactly why this summit is important, to pause, listen, and rethink how we're building AI. So let's get into some real world And I think if AI is going to be meant for everyone, then everyone must help shape it, right? At the World Economic Forum, we've seen that the most effective technologies are the ones that are designed with and for real people. Tools like ChatGPT are powerful, but only truly useful if they reflect the diversity and knowledge and culture and lived experience across our societies. That means including not just the engineers and the investors, but also our teachers, our artists, our regulators, and everyday users like ourselves. So let's dig into some real-world examples of inclusive AI in action. In Rwanda, at the World Economic Forum, we're supporting the government through our Center for the Fourth Industrial Revolution to craft AI policies that improve public health while protecting privacy. But instead of importing technology and hoping it fits, we co-designed policy with public health officials, NGOs, and community groups. And that's led to smarter tools for health workers and stronger public trust in how the data is used. So what's the lesson there? When local voices shape the technology, it works better and people trust it more. So it's more likely to be utilized and therefore more effective and meaningful, right? Now in India, we launched the AI for All initiative, and this was designed to bring basic AI literacy to over 1 million students and teachers. It wasn't about turning kids into coders, it was about helping them understand how AI shapes their world. With support from business partners and NGOs and others, the program now spans 20+ languages and is reaching deep into rural communities. And the lesson there is that inclusion starts with understanding, and the earlier you understand, the better. Now pulling back to sort of that global perspective, we've launched something called the AI Governance Alliance, IGA for short, and this alliance is co-led by the forum, but it brings together over 100 organizations, governments, technology firms, academics, and civil society to set global guardrails for AI. The work is already shaping national strategies from Brazil's rights-based legislation to Singapore's industry-ready frameworks. The lesson there is that good governance doesn't happen in silos, right? It takes all of us. And then just bringing it a little closer to home, right here in New York City, the city just launched one of the first task forces to examine how AI is used in government from everywhere from like housing to criminal justice. And it wasn't perfect, but it sparked a public conversation about transparency and accountability. And the lesson there is that progress starts when people demand a seat at the table, even before all the answers are clear. So in summary, these aren't just technology pilots, right? They're people-first approaches to AI. And they work because they're collaborative, they're grounded and shaped by real people, not just big ambitions. Every day there's a new story in the news, new headlines, but it's the same lesson over and over, right? We need everyone at the table. And this week offers a powerful reminder of that. So in California, the state's electric grid operator just began piloting a generative AI tool to speed up outage responses and improve transformer reliability. This was developed in collaboration with public utilities, private companies, and regulators, a great example of public-private partnership. And over at Meta, plans were just announced to build a massive AI data center One project alone will require more power than a mid-sized city. These centers will define the infrastructure of our AI future, and they raise important questions about land, energy, and sustainability. In fact, one of our reports launched this year in January on AI's energy paradox is that AI-related electricity consumption is expected to grow by as much as 50% annually from 2023 to 2030. So what's the takeaway? AI isn't just shaping our digital lives, it's reshaping our physical world. So it's critical that communities, policymakers, and technologists work together from the start. Which brings us to where we are today. Why does this summit matter? For those already working on AI, this is a moment to pause and ask, what are we missing? Whose voices are absent? What risks might we be overlooking? And for others, it's a chance to bring their own fresh perspective, grounded in lived experience, into a space that can often feel like overly technical or exclusive. Either way, everyone here has something to contribute. This is a shared responsibility, right? Let's approach this moment with humility and collaboration. Let's build AI with clear purpose, not just hype. Let's put strong guardrails in place while also staying open to learning. And let's keep real-world impact at the center of all that we do. Because success isn't just about smarter machines, but more inclusive, resilient, and human-centered systems. As AI scales up into our homes, our cities, our infrastructure, our approach must scale too, beyond just better technology, towards better trust, broader inclusion, and lasting impact. Yes, AI can create additional problems in pursuit of a better world, but it is possible for us to innovate our way out of those problems. But only if we decide to do that. Only if we decide that digital trust is important. It's only when we decide that good governance is worth pursuing and cooperate in defining what that means, can we have both innovation and sustainability.